There will come a time in your life when you won't feel like moving forward. You'll wake up tired. Your mind will say, just stay in bed a little longer. Your body will ache. Your spirit will whisper, maybe not today. But you must rise, not because it's easy, but because it's right. You see, greatness is never born out of convenience. It's born in the fire of discipline. In those hidden moments when no one is watching, and you choose to do the hard thing anyway. Hard work is not about mood. It's not about motivation. It's about commitment. And commitment is not built on how you feel. It's built on what you believe. You have to force yourself sometimes. Yes, force yourself to get up. Force yourself to begin. Force yourself to push forward even when the comfort of doing nothing calls your name. Discipline is a learned behavior, not a natural gift. Many people mistakenly believe that some are just born with an iron will or an unshakable work ethic, but that is far from the truth. Discipline is not something you are given at birth like a talent or a trait in your DNA. It is not something handed to you because of your background, your upbringing, or your environment. Discipline is something you develop intentionally, brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. It is a personal construction project that begins the moment you stop letting your emotions rule your actions and start letting purpose lead your steps. You do not wake up one day with the desire to work hard and never lose it again. You cultivate that desire. You fight for it. You practice showing up when you don't feel like it. You train your mind to value effort over ease, progress over perfection, obedience over impulse. In fact, it is in the small, seemingly insignificant moments where discipline is forged. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Will you hit snooze, or will you rise and start your day with intention? You're tired, but there's work to be done. Will you scroll your phone, or will you pick up that book, write that chapter, study that course, build that skill? Discipline is not about emotion. It's about decision. And the more decisions you make that are rooted in purpose rather than feeling, the stronger your discipline grows. Think of discipline like a muscle. If you only use it when it's convenient or easy, it remains weak. But when you push it, test it, strain it against resistance, just like in the gym, it breaks down and rebuilds stronger. The pain of training is real, but the reward is undeniable. People often admire those who seem to always be working hard, who consistently stay focused and productive. What they don't see is the internal battle that was won long before any results showed up. They don't see the mornings of resistance, the evenings of exhaustion, or the weekends sacrificed for a higher goal. They only see the fruit, not the plowing of the soil. But the truth is, every disciplined person you admire today was once undisciplined. They just made a choice to stop being ruled by comfort and start being driven by calling. Over time, these choices compound. The more you push yourself to be disciplined, the more natural it feels. What was once difficult becomes part of your routine. What once required force now flows with strength. You begin to trust yourself. You build self-respect, because every time you follow through with what you said you would do, even when it's hard, you prove to yourself that you are dependable, that you are reliable, that you are serious about your purpose. That is the power of discipline. Not only does it move your life forward, it reshapes who you are from the inside out. So no, you don't need to be born with discipline. You need to choose it, and then keep choosing it over and over again until it becomes part of your nature, until it becomes the reason your dreams are no longer just visions, but reality. The body follows where the mind leads. This is not just a motivational saying. It's a principle rooted in truth. What you allow your mind to dwell on, your body will eventually act upon. If your mind is focused on excuses, your actions will reflect laziness. If your mind is fixed on purpose, your actions will show discipline. It all starts with a decision in the mind. Your thoughts shape your attitude shapes your behavior, and your behavior shapes your future. Many people wait for their bodies to feel like working, to feel strong, to feel energized. But that moment rarely comes on its own. You must first train your mind to lead, even when everything in your body says no. The mind is the command center of your life. If your thoughts are weak, your life will be weak. But if your thoughts are filled with strength, your actions will rise to match that strength. Every champion, every leader, every person who has done something great has one thing in common. They've learned to discipline their thoughts before their hands ever went to work. When your mind says, "I can't," your body agrees, but when your mind says, "I must," your body responds. You begin to find energy you didn't know you had. You begin to tap into determination that was buried beneath your doubt. That's the secret of high performers and high achievers. They don't rely on how they feel. They rely on what they've decided. The battlefield is won in the mind before it is ever won in the world. You cannot expect to live a strong life if your thoughts are filled with weakness. That's why it's so important to feed your mind with truth, with vision, with determination. If your mind is clear about what it wants, your body will follow its lead. The more you train yourself to think like a disciplined person, the more your actions will align with that identity. And once your identity shifts, your habits change, and your life transforms. It's a chain reaction that begins with one shift in your mental focus. Speak truth to yourself. Declare your goals out loud. Remind yourself who you are and why you started. This is not foolish. This is powerful. Because what you continually say to yourself, you begin to believe. And what you believe, you begin to become. It's not about being motivated every day. It's about having a mind that's made up. A made-up mind doesn't depend on mood. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It moves, it leads, it commands the body, "We are doing this," no matter how we feel. That's where breakthroughs are born. When you stop letting your feelings be the boss and start letting your purpose be the driver. The world may try to discourage you, your body may feel tired, but if your mind is locked in, nothing can stop you. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your greatest limitation. Choose to make it your strength. Train it, feed it, challenge it, and once your mind is aligned with purpose, your body will rise to meet it. That is the secret to building a life of hard work, consistency, and unstoppable forward motion. The body always follows where the mind leads. Make sure your mind is going somewhere worth following. Hard work is not punishment, it is preparation. Too often, people view hard work as something to be avoided, as if labor is a burden or a form of suffering. But this mindset is rooted in a misunderstanding of what hard work truly is. Hard work is not life's way of punishing you. It's life's way of preparing you. Every time you choose to put in effort, every time you embrace the struggle instead of running from it, you are getting ready for something greater. You are being trained, molded, refined. Just like a soldier must go through intense physical training before battle, or a student must endure long hours of study before a big exam, your consistent, intentional hard work is preparing you for what's next. Nothing great ever happens by accident. Preparation precedes purpose. If you want to be strong in your mission, you must first be strong in your discipline. There is no shortcut to strength, whether mental, emotional, or spiritual. You can't pray your way around preparation. You can't hope your way out of hard work. You can't expect to be trusted with something big if you haven't proven yourself faithful in the small. Preparation is not glamorous. It's often lonely, it's repetitive, it's filled with moments where no one claps for you, where no one notices your grind. But these moments matter the most. These are the hours that shape your future. When others are sleeping, you are working. When others are relaxing, you are building. And when the moment of opportunity finally arrives, you won't need to scramble. You'll be ready, because your preparation met your purpose. You'll stand tall with confidence, not arrogance, because you'll know you paid the price in the unseen place. People who avoid hard work often remain stuck in cycles of waiting. Waiting for the perfect time, waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for motivation. But the truth is, breakthroughs come to those who prepare. Open doors come to those who are already moving forward. Hard work does not delay your destiny. It draws it closer. It sharpens you for the moment when your name is called. And when others wonder how you succeeded, you'll know the truth. It was preparation. It was choosing to see hard work not as a curse, but as a gift. It was seeing the early mornings, the late nights, the painful setbacks, all of it, as part of the training ground that built you. Because you don't rise to the level of your dreams, you rise to the level of your preparation. There is honor in hard work. There is dignity in pushing forward even when no one sees your effort. Don't despise the process, embrace it. Because preparation is proof that you believe in your purpose. It's evidence that you are serious about your calling. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every task you take on with excellence, these are not wasted. They are seeds planted in the soil of your future. And in time, with patience and faithfulness, those seeds will bear fruit. Hard work is not a penalty. It is preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. The feeling of laziness is temporary. The result of hard work is eternal. In the moment when you're lying in bed and your body says, "Just 5 more minutes," it feels harmless. Skipping one workout, postponing one assignment, delaying one goal, it all seems small, insignificant, and easy to justify. That's the deceptive nature of laziness. It comes wrapped in comfort, wearing the mask of rest, whispering that you can start tomorrow. But what it doesn't tell you is that every time you give in to it, you're slowly building a habit of avoidance, a habit of settling, a habit of retreating in moments that require strength. Laziness feels light in the moment, but its weight shows up over time. When opportunities are missed, when regret takes root, and when potential fades into what could have been. That's the real cost of laziness. Not just the lost minutes, but the lost version of you that could have been shaped in those minutes. On the other hand, hard work might be painful now, but its rewards are long, lasting. When you choose to push through, when you choose to act instead of delay, you're not just completing a task. You're becoming a stronger person. Every act of hard work plants a seed, seeds of discipline, seeds of excellence, seeds of confidence. You may not see the fruit right away, but the harvest always comes. The progress might be slow. The growth might feel invisible at first. But over time, your consistency will turn into character, and your results will speak louder than your excuses ever could. That's the beautiful contrast between laziness and effort. One gives you relief for a moment. The other gives you results for a lifetime. Feelings are temporary. They come and go like the wind. You can't build your future on feelings. If you wait to feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. But if you act in spite of how you feel, you'll gain momentum. And momentum is more powerful than motivation. The more you move, the easier it becomes to keep moving. The more you choose action over excuses, the more you train yourself to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. That's how champions are made, not by avoiding discomfort, but by mastering it. There will always be a choice in front of you. the path of least resistance or the path of lasting reward. Laziness promises quick relief, but it steals your future. Hard work demands effort now, but it multiplies your impact later. The lazy moment fades, but its consequences linger. The hard moment hurts, but its impact endures. 10 years from now, you won't remember the tired feeling you had at 6 a.m., but you will remember what you built by getting up anyway. You won't regret the sweat, the strain, or the sacrifice. You'll only regret the moments you could have pushed forward but didn't. So the next time you feel the weight of laziness press against your chest, remind yourself, this feeling will pass. But what I do in this moment will echo into my future. I can either let this moment steal my potential, or I can rise and reclaim it. The choice is mine. Let the feeling pass. Let the action remain, because the reward of hard work doesn't fade. It lives forever in the legacy you create. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. It may sound strange at first. After all, comfort is what most people seek. A comfortable life, a comfortable job, a comfortable routine. But what many fail to realize is that comfort, while soothing in the moment, slowly numbs your potential. It creates an environment where growth is stifled, dreams are delayed, and ambition is quietly silenced. Comfort tells you that you've done enough. It whispers that it's okay to settle, to slow down, to avoid the hard things. But the truth is, nothing extraordinary is ever born in a comfort zone. Greatness is not the result of ease. It is the reward of sacrifice, struggle, and the daily decision to rise above what's easy. When you live for comfort, you build a cage around your future. It may feel safe, but it becomes a prison to your progress. Your dreams require risk. They demand effort. They call you to step out of what's familiar and into what's challenging. That's where you grow, not when you're relaxed, but when you're stretched. Growth only happens in resistance. Muscles are built when they're pushed beyond their limits. Character is forged in fire. Wisdom is gained through trial. And success is achieved through perseverance, not passivity. If you want to do something great, you must get comfortable being uncomfortable. You must welcome the struggle, not as a curse, but as a catalyst for becoming who you were created to be. The world celebrates talent, but it rewards endurance. Many people start strong, but only a few finish strong. Why? Because comfort called them back. The moment it got hard, the moment the pressure increased, they chose the easy way out. But those who are truly great, the ones who leave a mark, are the ones who learn to stay in the fire. They don't run from resistance. They don't shrink back when the journey gets tough. They understand that the pain of discomfort is temporary, but the reward of perseverance is eternal. You cannot hold onto your comfort and your calling at the same time. One has to give. Either you let go of the familiar to reach for your potential, or you cling to ease and forfeit what could have been. That's the crossroads we all face, settle or stretch. And every day, in small ways, you make this decision. Do you wake up early to pursue your goals, or do you sleep in because it feels better? Do you say yes to the discipline that builds you, or do you run toward the distraction that numbs you? These are the battles that shape your future, not the big moments, but the little choices you make when no one is watching. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you must stop worshiping comfort. You must see it for what it is, a silent thief of destiny. The comfort zone may feel good today, but it will steal your confidence tomorrow. It keeps you soft when life demands strength. It keeps you still when purpose demands motion. It keeps you small when greatness calls you to rise. So reject the easy path. Embrace the road that tests you. The narrow path may be hard, but it leads to heights that the comfortable will never know. Because in the end, comfort may bring you peace for a moment, but greatness will bring you fulfillment for a lifetime. Work is sacred when done with the right heart. It's more than a task to complete, more than a duty or a responsibility. It is an act of honor, of obedience, and of purpose. When you approach your work with the right mindset, it transforms from a burden into a blessing. Whether you're building a business, cleaning a room, studying for a test, or leading a team, if you do it with a spirit of excellence and humility, your work becomes a reflection of your values and your integrity. The world often separates the spiritual from the practical, but in truth, how you work is one of the most powerful ways to live out your values. When your work is done with discipline, honesty, and diligence, it becomes a living testimony of your character. Many people look for purpose in high places, on stages, in titles, in recognition. But the truth is, purpose is often found in the ordinary. The sacred isn't just in the spotlight. It's in the small, hidden moments of faithfulness. It's when you show up on time, when you give your best even when no one notices, when you finish what you start with pride, not because someone is watching, but because you know it matters. That kind of work ethic is rare, but that kind of work is holy, because it honors not just the task, but the one doing it. And over time, that kind of work builds trust, builds strength, and builds legacy. The right heart transforms even the most mundane job into something meaningful. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. Do you grumble and complain your way through your responsibilities? Or do you carry them with grace and gratitude? Do you see each task as a stepping stone toward growth, or as a weight to avoid? The right heart sees every opportunity to work as a chance to grow, to contribute, to serve. And in doing so, it gives deeper meaning to even the simplest labor. Work done with joy becomes contagious. Work done with pride becomes inspiring. And work done with love becomes unforgettable. The most powerful part is this: when you work with the right heart, your work outlives you. The impact continues. People remember how you carried yourself. They remember the excellence, the attitude, the care you put into everything. And it becomes more than just getting things done. It becomes a legacy of how things should be done. That's why work must not be approached lightly. It is a sacred space where your values, your purpose, and your passion meet. You don't need applause to make your work meaningful. You need heart. You don't need a platform to make your work powerful. You need intention. And when those two things come together, when your heart is in the right place and your intention is aligned with excellence, your work becomes a light that speaks louder than words, a light that influences others, a light that reminds you that what you do matters, not just because of the outcome, but because of the spirit in which it was done. So never take your work lightly, whether it's great or small, public or private, easy or hard. Approach it with the mindset that this moment matters, and that through your work, done with the right heart, you are shaping not just your future, but the world around you. 0